but none of which I can tell on the stream. So I kind of side with them in terms of execution. I feel like they could make this lineup work if there's a team that can. I don't think the Wraith thing is that impossible to kite this game, even with the BKB. I think Luna can Scotty and deal with him decently. So I don't know. I do side with you when it comes to the drafts, but I do feel like if KBU out-execute, they actually have a solid chance because their team is kind of hard to catch up to.
I would agree with you if this was going to be like a Shadow Demon 4, and maybe he could farm an Ags, and then you have the 3 charges to constantly deal with them. Maybe you
right.
throw one
That's
at Spirit Breaker, you throw one at Wraith King, and how do you catch up to us, right? Puck in the late game is not going to be able to do it all, but it's a Shadow Demon 5, right? And he's going to be there for the save and 1 charge of the disruption, but it's a Wraith King, right? You draft him so he has 2 lives, right? Worst case, he just dies on his first life, he blinks, he activates BKB, what are you going to do? That's kind of how I'm seeing these team fights break down, assuming there's no, like, one team loses all 3 lanes kind of situation.
Sure, yeah, of course. That's a very good point, actually, because I wasn't considering the Shadow Demons could put us 5 here. Because what is the Weaver build that's so powerful this game?
Yeah.
Vessel?
Yeah, Vessel Ags, and that's a strong build, right? He's going to be pretty powerful in this mid-early game.
But in this game, it's like meh.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Like, what you're going to buy another 4, 5, 6 seconds while this Wraith King just kind of gets on top of you again. That's the issue I see with this lineup. To be quite honest,
I personally would have preferred Shadow Demon 4, Weaver 5. Like, there's nothing wrong with putting Weaver as a 5, right? It's not like the Weaver plus OD combination is particularly great.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still run them like that if you want to, and just give a priority farm to Shadow Demon.
Exactly.
He farms faster than Weaver. He will do more with a farm this game. Maybe give him priority once she gets Vessel, because once Weaver gets Vessel, I think that's the big item.
I agree.
I don't think the Axe is that good.
I agree with you. Does Shadow Demon actually farm faster than Weaver? You farm fast if you max Sakuchi.
No, Shadow Poison is pretty useful. I mean, maybe you have to wait until level 15 when you get the Shadow Poison cooldown.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was just, because I randomed...
Oh, sorry, it's level 20. Never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe it does take a while.
Because I randomed Weaver the first time the other day, and I was like, man, this hero farms fast, and also his lane is really strong. You just get these bugs, you get Urn, and you just run at heroes. This is a strong top lane, right? We should say that for KBU.US.
Yeah, I mean, Ogre and Wraith King is not particularly bad. It's just that they're both melee versus 2 ranged. It's going to be a tough lane for them. Yeah, I don't think Shadow Demon particularly farms slow either, though. Especially because you can always still use the Luna illusions for a big part of it once you're in the mid game.
That's a fair point.
So
she might be mad at
you get
though.
the gold from that.
Excuse me. Do not take my creep wave.
Do not take me to take my creep
I
wave.
need to farm some ancients.
The ultimate offense.
I need to hit some creeps.
What
What am I supposed to do for 2.5 seconds if I'm not hitting creeps?
That's true. It's not Scourge playing it, though, so maybe he'll be more understandable. I know Scourge would be the kind of carry to get mad because, he farms. He farms. That's what he does.
It's not a lot, but it's an honest profession, just hitting creeps.
It's an honest profession.
It's
Every day he goes to the lane, much like his dad did. He earns a keep for his family.
It's true. This is like the Oedipus complex game, isn't it? He's going to have to try and beat his dad.
Wow, that's all. That was really bad. No. All right, let's not acknowledge that. The top lane is doing fine for them for now. They haven't gone for any point in Astral, which is usually better against like beefy heroes because you can actually deny them last hits as opposed to just hit them. But the goal is that eventually you'll wear them down enough, right? Ogre might die even.
Yep, Ogre at least he's going to run out of mana and be a little bit less useful. Although with Sakuchi
it's giant?
and the stick, yeah, it's tempting to go for this kill. All right, well now he's going to throw all the mana. He's actually still holding onto his 6 stick charges, so he's A-okay. Another Sakuchi is going to be forced here.
I'll leave a little step back with the Weaver to make sure you get the Sakuchi damage off, full efficiency, even if you're escaping with it. Mid lane is very par for now. Which you'd expect is very much a skill-based matchup, and you can say that Kits and Annihilate is similar in that sense.
Yep.
In the mid game, there's always the question of who beats who. It's honestly who initiates on whom, and that's it. So it really is. You want to be the cat all the time. You never want to be the mouse in this game with Void Spirit and Puck, which is why lanes are so important this game.
Yep, that kind of feels like you can say that generally about Dota these days, can't you? I know Winter is always really big on this topic as well, where you always want to play fast, you want to be the aggressor. It's down bottom. Oh, a bash might have been a kill there onto the Luna, but she still has plenty of armor, even with the little Shredder and Blight. Some little Shredder level 2, so they are going to be pursuing maybe a little bit more of an aggressive build here, an aggressive stance in this bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, the build for Little Shredder is better at enabling the Spirit Breaker, much like this. You initiate, easy. Dead DNM. If you go for the Scatter Blast build, it's meh. Like, the idea is you still max Scatter Blast, you have to get a bit closer, you want to use your cooking yourself to maximize the Scatter Blast damage. This is much better. Spellbreaker will charge, you cookie him, and you go in Little Shredder just to add damage, you know, without putting yourself in danger. Dad, also in trouble. He didn't get the Lucent Beam off. There's the cookie, and the Little Shredder once again will kill off Dad. It's not looking too great.
Yeah, some nice aggressive action down bottom.
And you can't imitate up top because you don't have as much kill threat.
No, and
At least not against Wraithing Ogre.
yeah, exactly. They're just pretty tanky heroes. They're pretty tanky.
Yeah, and so on the point earlier, by the way, yeah, obviously you want to be on the aggressive side every time, on the aggressive side every time, if possible. But it's different, like you playing Tide from behind, or say Tide, not even from behind, but like just protecting towers, playing defensively, or say Brew, and you playing something like, I don't know, Beastmaster, or like this matchup particularly. There are some heroes that their nature is just to initiate and to keep the tempo control, and Puck and Void Spirit do that exactly, and they also can both kill each other. It's a very unique matchup in the sense that it's not like one hero is more suited to one role than the other. It's just that against each other, whoever initiates wins, period. And then they snowball out of control.
Yeah. I just feel like you can also say the same thing about like a lot of the spirits, you know, your Queen of Pain even is in a very similar role.
Not with Quap, not with Storm, for example. He's not like that either. Ember can play from behind fine because there's a lot of methods to do that. Right? It's very unique to this matchup. I not really. So
wait, you don't think that Queen of Pain versus, I don't know, Puck is whoever jumps on who first is gonna get a kill, especially if you get an, I don't know, an Orchid or something?
No, because then there's the Orchid versus Yules. Yules is a cheaper item. Oh. Annihilate. Talk about him.
Yeah,
he is going to die. There's the Dream Call interaction. Yeah, so Orchid is an item that you can just dispel with Yules, so Puck has an option to answer it before he gets enough gold. Right, before he has equal gold to you, so that's fine. In the case of the Queen of Pain, you can build Kai and Sanj, and then you're not vulnerable to the coil. Right? Considerably so, much less so than the Void Spirit. Anyway, so doesn't matter.
How's that any different to this matchup then?
Because Void Spirit, even if he builds that, dies, because he needs the mobility to keep himself alive. Whereas Quap keeps himself alive with Shadow Strikes. Among other things, because she has much more help to stay and stand her ground. Just the nature of the hero. I don't know. And she has no ingrained catch, much like Void Spirit, which counters your phase shift.
Interesting.
I mean, look, this is just a theory that like Xiao 8 wrote in a forum, but who knows? Maybe you know better. Who knows?
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying.
Okay.
So here's top. This is another weakness of the KBU lineup, is when their heroes rotate mid, they're just not really that scary compared to a Spirit Breaker, compared to a Snapfire, compared to an Ogre. They've got a lot more presence, a lot more commanding presence in the mid lane, even against a hero like a Void Spirit. Especially without any items, he's vulnerable to these ganks.
Bottom lane, Dad has started to suffer considerably, though. The Spirit Breaker charges made him kind of leave the lane. He has the option to go jungle, but it's going to be difficult if they're also winning the rest of his lanes. Luckily, top has been going well, but Annihilate is in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to die. Bash, down he goes. And here are the supports. They're going to bring the entire offlane actually on over. There's a hammer ready as well for the OD. It's just going to catch the Snapfire, who is going to go down, I think, to this Weaver. Indeed, DNM is going to get the ulti off onto the OD. Puck continuing to fight with another barrage of spells used and another mini charge there to keep the Shadow Demon away from this fight. But with the urn charges now, Weaver looking to secure this kill onto Puck. Has a bottle sip, trying to stay alive underneath the tower, but will tick down. Did give the urn charges as well. Weaver just in range. And it's 2-for-2 trade then. Mid laners both going down, but the off laner as well dying for KBU, and more space for Scourge McDuck, as well as for Luna. Because both off laners actually end up rotating mid.
They're trying to imitate the same and kill Scourge McDuck here. He does have the reincarnation, but they can catch him with a second round, perhaps. Disruption, that's going to get a free crit. That might be enough. Oh, they got him instead with the Assimilate. But no body blocks afterwards, or even comes back. They're going for Annihilate, who has no mobility. He's being burned up. The shield's going to help him enough. And that's a bait onto the Ogre.
Yeah, he just went a little bit too far. 4 heroes top lane, 3 at the time. A little bit spicy for him to continue diving like that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, he's chugging along very nicely, though, and with this hammer, he's going to be able to apply a lot of tower pressure. No one really wants to go and beat him back. Really, Puck is the only one that can continuously annoy him without just kind of dying to his hammer combo. So instead, the Cut will look to apply pressure elsewhere, and that elsewhere right now is mid lane. OD's rotating on over. There's another coil. There's kisses now ready to go as well for the Snapfire. Still no disruption, and, well, time-lapse, I guess, without Ags is not too much of a teamfight spell. Another coil mid lane into the kisses. Nice save here. There's also no disruption ready yet, so I Annihilate. Ooh, the one-time stun is going to set up very nicely there for the Nether Strike. And there's another kill here onto the mid lane Void Spirit. 0, 3, and 1 going for the Sanjin Kaya build, but 3 straight deaths here in, what, the last 3 or so minutes is going to start to really, really delay this item.
Yep, it's going to take a really long time for Void Spirit to be able to tank up these initiations, and then the hunting squad for the Cut looks a bit more appetizing. You have a bit more of a static, we can push lanes, you know, we can always gain map control that way, but for you to get kills, it's pretty much you, your Void Spirit, and Weaver. Maybe Shadow Demon if he joins in with a smoke. OD's not very good at doing that, unfortunately, early. Always can get cancel as Spirit Breaker, or a Lucky Cookie, or Wraith Fire Blast, or whatever it is. We'll see what they try to do. Maybe go for the mid tower by just applying pressure. You might have better team fight right now before Scourge gets his items. I don't know, it's kind of even, to be honest. I think the smoke is their best play.
Annihilate. Just going to have to put this regen rune to work, perhaps, in the midst of this fight. Keep an eye out for that as they'll lose the bottom tower. There's
just so slow.
There's the Weaver saying hello, but of course Weaver, not famous for his stuns, can really do nothing to stop the enemies from leaving. And that's going to be the smoke not really working out. Mid lane though, perhaps there's a jump here. Nope. Puck's just going to lose the orb to the other side of the river, but at least it's the tower defended from the 10-minute wagon, which will get in a couple of more shots. Tower's in deny range now, but they're probably going to be looking to defend that.
They do have, once again, they lost the safe lane bottom. Now that you can get the jungle swapping going if you are the Cut, which I know Scourge is kind of eager to. They've already been warded it. They just need to get a smoke gank play to go. Instead, they're interestingly playing on the top side of the map, hoping for like, interesting. I don't know if you're trying to kill a support here. You see the Shadow Demon, so you might as well. Oh, they presumed there was Weaver. Time lapse dispels the dust, and Weaver can get away fine.
That's a really good time lapse. He's away, even got the ward.
I was expecting the Cut to actually do a little bit more and do an incursion. I think that smoke was not the greatest, the smokes. Like, at best you get a support. Maybe they're trying to find some carry, trying to farm it at the safest place on the map. And that was the idea.
Yeah, I think so, right? Luna can't really be in her own jungle right now. You know, just as a carry, you kind of have that instinct. Here he goes. Right now he's starting to farm these 2 camps. So it seems like they were just a little bit too early there, or someone had already farmed the camps. There were no camps there, so either Luna had already farmed them, or someone else farmed them, but Luna just didn't really have a case for being there. I think the Cuts, they're fine with this, though. Puck's now got the Witchblade on the way. This is going to be the tower going down, even if they do manage to get a kill here onto Puck. And actually, I think they missed the... Oh, nice tank there by Pingu. He's just going to walk right into that. Ogres are good at that, you know. And in fact, he's going to tank all the Wrath out from KBU. Maybe a potential turn, though, is with the coil. They're going to be able to lay down some kisses. Good disruption, though. He's going to block a lot of this damage, at least for the Void Spirit, who does manage to live through this. Annihilate, though, caught again by the Nether Strike, because he's going to be saved temporarily here by the Astral Imprisonment, but only setting him up for the Illusory Orb. Even a cookie stun here onto the OD. And he drops the hammer. Good damage on the Giant as well as the Puck, but they're actually both going to live.
Well done. Yeah, well done here. I mean, well, OD really couldn't do much more. He just stands in front and defends the tower. Unfortunately, came a little late, and this is the weakness of KBU's lineup. The lack of a hunting squad, the lack of being able to determine the tempo, and relatively slow heroes, Luna aside, means that you essentially wait until Luna to have farm, and then maybe she'll carry you and you can deathball, but until then, you're kind of out of options. That's why the Cut's movements look much cleaner. It's just you don't really have much else to do. OD can set in the lane, that's it.
Oh.
You can maybe gank someone like an Ogre here, but it's still just a 5.
This isn't bad. Yeah, and they're just punishing Pingu here. He was going on a little bit of a warding mission to try and set up vision. Yep. Some aggressive vision for this top tower, so they can kind of continue this aggressive play that they have. They have big ideas of, you know, punishing heroes in this top kind of area. They've tried it already before, and it's not going to work out again as they're dewarded finally. So now there's no vision up top lane for anyone.
Yeah, KBU had vision here for a while, which is what all these attempts by the cut failed, because they actually had 2 wards there. Now they're both dewarded. Now might be a better chance to go for these surprise smokes where you catch, hopefully, someone in the safe zone. I don't know if you can smoke into the triangle.
Night Lady switched up the build. He's actually going to go for Yules. Okay, so he did have the Sanj and Kaya queued up earlier. He's going to change it up a little bit.
It's good against Spirit Breaker. You can break the coil with it.
True.
If you're lucky-ish skilled.
Yeah. If you're not being otherwise pushed back, harassed, or stunned, right? It's it's not impossible. That trick still works. They're chasing into the jungle here, but there's just a Weaver in the area. What's Wraith King building? I haven't really seen Scourge McDuck for a while. Oh, Armlet Deso. Okay, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'd still like to see a blink after this, just to be able to really kind of emphasize. You might not even need one, actually. Because right now, the way this game, the way these fights are breaking down is, oh no, they disrupted my kisses. Oh no, they OD astraled my dream coil. Oh, okay, but then what? And then they just die immediately after. There's no kind of follow-up still, at least until Luna starts showing up to these fights. So maybe they don't even need one, because I guess for now, the OD Astral and the Disruption is doing a little bit of setup duty as well. They might even have a kill here on the Weaver.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That was very good burst damage. I don't think Scourge is particularly afraid here. The rest of the team is coming, but so is Puck. Dream Coil might be enough to save him. He still has a second life.
Yeah.
It is only level 1, though, Reincarnation, so ideally don't use it here.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's the only thing. Whoa, wow. The enemy is farmed. Spirit Breaker already with the Shadow Blade completed. Guess he's not too farmed, but he's keeping pace with OD. With a hammer.
Remember we talked about builds yesterday as well? That oh wait, yeah, I don't know if he's in initiate here. Just thinking about it. I remember how what was it called? Trap's Nest?
Trap Nest.
Trap Nest was going for the Greater Bash build, right? And we're like, oh, I don't know, it's not very good unless you're planning on farming with it. You might better to max charge. This is when you max it, when you're an offlane Spirit Breaker. You want to get the farm, and look how fast these farm. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. You bulldoze and face boots, and you can actually get through the whole creep wave like this.
They're going to smoke after him now, though. And, oh, he's going to be tempted to farm one more wave. Oh, he's going to do it. He even Shadow Bladed. Can he escape? Yes. Yes, he can. There's just not enough lockdown, Avo. He's gone. Like a whisper into the night.
Radiant are scanning.
Regeneration.
No.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be. He's probably pretty happy about that. He didn't deserve to get away from that. But it's just KBU's response squad. This is all they can do. They need to join in the death ball, but they need the items first for Luna. I wonder when they decide. Is Manta enough? I guess you need BKB. Otherwise you can't fight.
Oh, even he goes back top lane. He doesn't even care. He says, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep farming this wave. What are you gonna do about it? Kill me? Absolutely not."
And by the safest lane being quite pushed, Luna has no safe place to efficiently farm, so he goes to a triangle, which is just okay. Has to go between triangle and jungle. Scourge has a bit more space. And even though he has a worse farming speed, he's actually matching her pretty nicely. Once he gets Dezo, he might be able to fight her straight up, and they might be the ones to initiate.
Yules into Ags is the build then for Void Spirit. I like this build a lot. I don't know if he's going to be able to really show it off, though, but it is very strong this game. Against a Puck, you know, it's a silence that cannot be dodged by a Lincoln Sphere, even though it's not that great of a Lincoln's game anyway, but just as an example, I suppose, and that would put Puck in a bit of a rough place. But Puck is going to have this, her Ags, or its own Ag Scepter a lot faster. Hold on, they're fighting top. It's not really so much a fight as it is DNM just pushing one wave too many. As KBU, this time they've got the response squad ready to go.
Good. And now maybe they could actually bunch up as 4 and force a fight here. That's Spirit Breaker. Remnant for nothing. Just to scout a bit. Skeleton, Scourge leading. Dream Coil, there we go. Got the Void Spirit. Disruption to save him. Eclipse used as well. Scourge in the middle of this fight. Kind of wanted to get out. He's been purged though. That's his first life gone. Gonna go in again, trying to kill Luna in the meantime, though. Dad, saved by the Astro Imprisonment. Scourge needs to keep tanking as the supports will deal with the Luna. Scourge is doing his best. The Armlet saves him. Dad also in trouble now as he comes out. The Astro gets destroyed in a Salacious Sea Lion. Walked too close to the seashore. Dead.
Its seashells have been taken away by the IRS for not paying taxes.
That is how the tongue twister goes. Yeah. That's how Elon Musk taught it to me anyway.
Yes. I can't believe Cut still win that fight, to be honest. That was like the perfect place for a Luna to be fighting, the perfect place for an OD, a Shadow Demon, just a really, really tiny area for them to get off all their spells. They might even get Annihilate down bottom. Now their strike's ready. Yeah, okay, wow.
Yeah. Is that Ags?
For Puck?
That's a Shadow Blade. No, for this bird.
Oh, no. Yeah,
that is just Shadow Blade. Wow.
Yeah, if he had Ags already, my goodness, that would be a very farm Spirit Breaker. But yeah, KBU, I mean, it looked good for them for a second. They really chewed through that first life on the Wraith King, but Scourge McDuck kind of just took a breather in between his first and second life and went, okay, I'm just going to Armlet toggle through the rest of this thing, and it worked out beautifully for them. It was a 4v5 fight as well. Spirit Breaker was not here. And it still goes so swimmingly for the Cut. You can see he's still dead for like, I can't see it because my eyes are bad, but he's still dead for multiple seconds. That's a double-digit respawn timer. And it still just goes so well. Again, they get the save off onto the Luna. Once again, Dad going into the imprisonment, but it just still doesn't work for them. Again,
yeah, Luna was a bit too weak.
Yeah.
I don't know if Manta was necessarily the build, right? Because we were talking about how weak this matchup is against the Wraith King, and you kind of just have to go, what, I think it was Scotty BKB, but keeping the Yasha maybe?
Yeah, just to be able to farm, right?
I mean, I don't know. It's tough because you need so many items to make this Luna work against the Wraith King, and even I think when you get them, Wraith King will still be stronger than you. The fact that he's matching you in farm is scary. Puck will scale just as well as Void Spirit, if not better, because he has 3k more farm right now. The Spirit Breaker is insane. Even the supports might scale better. Snapfire genuinely scales great compared to a Weaver who just kind of falls off unless she gets Ags.
He's halfway to the Ags. He's halfway to the Ags now.
That's true. No Vessel, though.
No Vessel, but I think that's fine. I don't think it's an amazing Vessel game. And they didn't really have the tempo to take advantage of it. Hold on, they might get the Puck here. OD Stroll used aggressively. He's just shy. Oh, no, they got him. They got him with the imprisonment damage. I thought they were going to be just shy. Spirit Breaker even being jumped as Luna joins the fight, farming the creep wave middle. There's Annihilate setting up the Aether Remnant. It's not going to catch Giant, but it will force him to take the Scenic route, which incurs a lot of extra damage. There's a double kill then for the OD.
That was a very odd engagement. I'm glad actually, it's not common that you would praise a team for taking a bad engagement, but something that's really good by the Cut that they did there is they acknowledged that they were just doing awkward shenanigans and they left immediately, right? Like there was a moment they were like, you know what? Yeah, we can continue to feed and fight in this really awkward position we put ourselves in where we're sandwiched between the enemies, or we can just leave. And the leaving is an action that takes much more discipline than they will ever give it credit for. So well done for them. That said, though, KBU now have a really golden chance, and they might be able to take this game off this Roshan.
Spirit McDuck joining the fray. So there's going to be the Eclipse used. Charge for the backline Shadow Demon. Scourge McDuck is in the middle of a rough spot, though, but that is Eclipse now used and burned for not very much damage. DNM as well continuing to tank around in this fight as now Kids is going to show back up, drop the coil. They catch two heroes with that. Dad still is free to just start right-clicking around, and the Glaives are bouncing, doing the damage. A one-for-one trade so far. As we're going to reset the fight, there's the first life of Scourge McDuck. There's another stun, but Dad continuing to just lay down these right-clicks and melting just about everyone in the fight. Puck is going to be a nice jaunt, actually, to get on the other side. But a great fight for KBU. The Luna is just untouched.
Yeah, that was a really good positioning, though, by KBU. They went back into it, like, they waste Eclipse, but the Eclipse gives them enough leeway when it's being used to actually reposition themselves, which this time the Cut did chase after. Which is fine, mistakes happen. But, like, they've repositioned themselves on the triangle. Luna's in the high ground the whole time. She's just free to hit, honestly. The only hero that kind of sacks himself is the OD, but he's your offlaner, so technically he's the one that should be tanking anyway. That was really well repositioned by KBU. 2 fights they win the exact same way. Taking advantage of the Cuts, maybe overzealousness to go and fight, but... Yeah,
very good.
You'll take them. This is really
very good position. Even the what is it? The Troll Summoner camp ended up being super useful there.
They're going for Annihilate.
They are, and I think
they have the ultimate and the Fire Blast. Yeah, he's dead.
The ult.
That was easy.
DNM's ult to me for ult to you, he says. So down he goes. It's the second time they catch him like that down bottom. Yule Scepter, of course, if you're just stunned, is not very useful. This is maybe where he said, maybe I should have gone for Kaya and Sanj, but again, a much more expensive item than the Yule Scepter. Yeah. There's now.
Ags on the puck.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
That's pretty scary.
Ags on Weaver, though.
On Weaver, and almost a BKB for Dad. And again, you know, the Ags on puck is going to trump that, but at least it's a lot of the magic damage ignored. Can't.
Yeah, we'll see how big the Ags on Weaver is, though, this game. Like, do you use it just to dispel the Dream Coil, or what's the real purpose? Because against the Wraith King, it's going to be kind of tough.
I think what's really nice about the Ags on Weaver this game is that you have 2 saves that you can't use if your target's BKB'd, right? You can't disrupt, you can't astral imprisonment someone who is BKB'd, including yourself. Not that, yeah. So, having a time-lapse, you can time-lapse someone who is BKB'd. Of course, there's no restrictions on that. So that means there's always some kind of save mechanism for the Luna. That's the positive I can see from it. Again, maybe it's not going to make enough of a difference. Maybe it's more of the same, where, okay, they saved the Luna, and then she just gets ran over anyway, but she's starting to get online here a little bit.
DNM. He charged. This is a great kill if they can just get Shadow Demon. Get rid of the disruption. They save him with a Time Walk.
Yeah, but they got Annihilate.
Time Lapse, sorry. They did get Annihilate. He might be much more valuable. That's your mid laner.
It's the Ulzah.
One more hit will do the trick. There we go. Goodbye, Annihilate. The Dad is trying to finish off Scourge. The armor does not keep him alive, but it does slow off Dad. Into the Mortimer's Kisses. Save him for a second thanks to the Astral Scourge. Fighting the illusions first. Now find the real Dad. Let's go, Dad. But no, it's impossible. The Astrals, they can't hit him.
The time
They're actually being kited around because of this. The Spirit Breaker's doing his best to save this, and now Dad back with a BKB. He's forced MR Taurus to die, but he himself can now chase Scourge McDuck away. And Scourge, his own BKB is not half as powerful. He deactivates the armlet. He used the Bloodlust, activates again. There we go. In the wrong position, Dad gets punished. Scourge surprises. Wraith Fire Blast in 2 seconds available. As we see the puck trying to chase the rest of them away.
There's time lapse, but he can't reach her.
Dad, he can't. There's no time lapse anymore. Dad is dead because of the Fire Blast. He does get the kill against Pingu as revenge, but it's still going to be a win for the Cut, who might be going for the Warden last. Maybe Kit's got a bit too far here. Aether Remnant. He doesn't know where he is. Oh, he didn't see him. Doesn't matter. He silenced him. Now the Remnant misses. Oh, I annihilate.
Maybe he's still in trouble, though.
He has one more illusory orb. Oh, he's out of mana. Phase shift.
Oh, the bug.
Into the Blink Dagger. Does he get it off in time? Not this time.
Yeah,
Not
they
this
got
time.
him.
They got him.
That was a really good job by Kits, though, in the middle of that fight. There was kind of 2 fights that broke down there. I think we can, like, oh, hold on. They're still fighting. Oh, good Yule Scepter.
Oh.
Good Yule.
Guys, he got a sentry. He thwarted my master plan.
Oh. Oh, goodness. This is the pit and the pendulum here.
I know.
Lamar Tours.
There's Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, he's going to get it off. Oh, no, he missed. He mistimed it. That's fine.
Okay, right.
All right.
I think Scourge was not expecting that. He could have continued if he knew he was going to
miss.
miss.
Now they're kind of like, this is just too clowny. We've got to get back, Pingu. You okay?
Oh, no, Pingu.
No, he's dead.
He's going to die. They just let him to die. Yeah, there we go.
It gets off the veil at least. Okay, very quickly, because before they keep fighting, kind of 2 fights there, right, is how I would call it. The first fight, sure. I think we can say ends when the Wraith King loses his first life, and then they start the second fight. Big Weaver Eggs reveal moment there, but a really great adjustment mid-fight, or in between fight, quote-unquote, 1 and 2 by the Cut. When Kits recognizes this, there's already the OD dead, and I believe at that stage Annihilate was dead as well. And he goes, there's literally nothing to stop me from just annoying these supports. And he just ignores the Luna. He lets the Wraith King deal with him, and they just kind of jump backlines. And it's like the Dream Puck experience, just bullying these supports and not letting them cast spells. Not enough damage necessarily for the kills, and that does end up kind of biting the Puck in the butt a little bit later when it dies. But a really, really nice fight there. By Puck, and good coordination by the Cut to kind of adjust to that Weaver Ags mid-fight. I really liked that.
Yeah, I don't know, they did a good job. Oh, I would say that, again, it was a bit of a cloudy fest halfway through, right? Because besides the couple of misspells, the position maybe by KBU was lost. In the beginning, they seemed to have a really good position. There was a couple moments when Dad went and fought from low ground to the high ground, which is exactly how he won the earlier team fight, right? So maybe the team fight went on for so long that they kind of lost themselves a bit. They were unsure who was winning, but those small mistakes ended up costing them a lot. Now, by the way, we have Paladin Sword, which usually I don't mention the items, but on Wraith King, this is so hype. It's so big for the Wraith King. Now he can fight the Luna much easier. That BKB looking less and less scary the better the Wraith King becomes.
Yeah, that's...
The smoke as well. Yep, they're ready. That's not a Roche. Is it a kill though, Richie?
Well, they can't gank Roche because he's not there. By Annihilate. Maybe being baited. They're going to try and set up for a kill into the puck, and I believe they've got him. Down he goes, caught this time by the 8th Remnant. Scourge McDuck unable to interrupt here as he was in the disruption. Might just lose his second life as well as Annihilate. He's going to jump the supports. Scourge McDuck's going to have to TP underneath the cover is BKB, and it looks, pardon me, it looks like they're going to be able to clean up. As Giant does cookie down to the low ground, but they have vision, and the cut will lose 3 heroes.
That was not good. That was not good whatsoever. They absolutely got destroyed by KVU. I mean, they just ate a whole Eclipse there, honestly. That's kind of what happened. That wasn't too great. The puck obviously diving first was also a huge deal. Once again, Void Spray just catching him and setting up for the kill. And yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, once again, I
don't know.
I really am kind of curious on why the cut, they really value this kind of top Dire jungle area. I can't draw on the map, how frustrating. They kind of value like this top jungle area a lot. This is the 3rd time we've seen them made excursions out here. And this time I think, you know, it makes sense, I see it, but it's just so curious because it hasn't worked out for them once. The 3 times that they've gone here this game, usually they just lose a couple of supports or maybe just a hero or 2. Sorry, they've gone here 4 times. It has worked for them once. That was the 4v5 fight they took when Spirit Breaker was dead. But this time it has not.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah. I mean, as the map goes further, you kind of have to, like, if you want to fight there, you kind of have to put wards there now. Like, it's long gone are the days where you can, like, try a skirmish there and see if it works out, like, see when the enemy team has vision. Each skill, like, each skirmish now matters too much. Each team fight matters too much. So the fact that the enemy team has 2 wards there is completely unknown to you. They also have sentries to make sure that you don't ward the area. They're in a really good position right now. And you're kind of just fighting where you can. The cut needs to take maybe a chill pill, decide where they want to fight here, or maybe just wait for the next item for Wraith King if they don't feel confident enough. Maybe they feel like their timing is lost, the early timing, and now you need to go for the late game Wraith King timing. That's fine too.
Scourge also bought the shard for Wraith King, which I don't disagree with, but just a little bit surprised that he bothered to do it. Don't really, I mean, there's a mana burn talent on Weaver, but it's a support Weaver, so he doesn't take it. Am I missing something here? I mean, I guess OD steals your mana, but it's percentage based, so he should still leave you with enough to cast your ulti.
Yeah, I don't think OD is gonna be enough. But it's just safety of it though, right? It's pretty nice to just be able to like throw as many Wraith Fire Blasts as you want.
That's true.
That's true. And not concern yourself with the fact that like you don't have enough mana after reincarnation. I honestly think this shot is like worthwhile at any point in the game.
Real quick, the cut again. They're taking a fight here, but they've missed the second ward that's above their outpost. So KBU, they're smoked up and they've got really great intel on what's on the high ground for them. Okay, great wards here for KBU. Another tourist. He's currently cliff tourist. He jumps up over the cliff and he's going to find the ogre. Taunted. Killed back. Yeah, it is a kill. Again, they've got vision, so they're very confident here. Okay, Hammer still hits. There's disruption to save as well. Ogre's going to buy back as the fight breaks out. Dad on the high ground, though, is going to be hit with the leash. As they're even BKB, they're going to be able to get this kill through the OD. DNM BKB, though, is going to be able to shrug off most of this Eclipse. Scourge McDuck now is going to show up ready to fight on his second life. Big crits onto the Luna. She's been completely isolated here. Salacious Sea Lion does get off the time lapse from the low ground, however. Scourge McDuck now in a lopsided fight will drop a second time.
Wow.
As it looks like now Puck is going to be able to get the 3rd kill of this engagement, getting the Warden. Annihilate finds DNM.
What a time lapse. That is actually so on point by Salacious Sea Lion. I wasn't thinking a time lapse could impact that much. But yeah, that was incredible. It was Dad didn't have to move, so he kept his position, which is what he wants. He got fully healed, obviously, because they got a couple of crits and brought him down relatively quickly. What a time lapse, KBU. That won the fight.
I think good communication there as well, because I think Dad slightly, just barely had to walk a little bit closer over to Salacious Sea Lion. Yeah, see? You see that move? I don't know if you could tell on the replay. He did have to move just a little bit south, maybe like 100 or 200 units. Not very far, right? One Tumbler's toy would have moved him that far. But that's a funny way to think about things in Dota, Tumbler's toy. But it did end up saving him. And it's a big moment there, making this Weaver pick pay off a little bit more. Because that was going to be a lost fight for Dad, at least. Maybe not for the rest of KBU, but that was not going to be a good experience for Luna. But now with Scotty up, she can fight straight through this Wraith King, as long as she has, I suppose, a second life as well to back her up. And now you've got 3, right? Because this is going to be second Roche going the way of KBU.
Who do you give this? All right, Luna, of course.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah. Yeah, it's this might be a really solid chance for them, honestly. These last few fights have gone really well for them. You got a Death Ball. This Aegis could be high ground Aegis, honestly.
Yeah.
The first Aegis was used more as like farming, maybe try breaking the 1 tier 2 so you can take the outpost, right? But now you actually have a solid enough Death Ball. You can just bunch up and go, especially with a time lapse.
I actually think you want to go during this time because...
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think, like, you know, if you just kind of sit back and farm and, you know, you take tier 2s and do the normal, oh, we just got Aegis for the first time kind of thing, I think you end up losing. Just because Wraith King, he's got his own Aegis that doesn't expire in 5 minutes.
It's not the first time, right? So that's probably why they wouldn't do that either.
Did they get first Aegis? They did get first Aegis, right? Yeah, that's right. The cut, they lost the puck mid and then they went into Aegis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once again, KBU's like, well, maybe Cut will fight us here another time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant
Puck now with
scanning.
Black King Bar is being hunted.
Oh,
Lucent Beam
with
with a
Shard?
Scouter. Oh, but they don't have the cast ranges for any interrupts.
Dad sends the last Lucent Beam in anger, hitting the floor. I mean, now if you do want a Death Ball, though, is when DNM's real job starts, when he has Ags now. So he is the master at cutting lanes. He can literally just charge to any lane, get right through the creeps immediately, just with Bulldoze activated. Yeah. And he can leave with Shadow Blade or BKB TP.
Yeah.
Obviously now TP's on cooldown, so it has to be Shadow Blade. But yeah, there we go. DNM. No need to commit suicide. You just need to push out waves.
Charge as well is going to bash these BKB heroes, which is kind of a big deal as well for someone like an OD who, you know, buys BKB to get off his hammer after 20 minutes, and now not even that's not a guarantee.
You mean stun, right?
Yeah, the charge.
Yeah. The stun from the charge now also gets the BKB.
Yeah,
units.
exactly. I don't think that's, you know, too confusing for anyone.
No, it's because you said this is the bash. You said bash as well. That's the only thing I was trying to clarify. Because the bash always hits the BKB units, right? It's the stun from the charge that does hit.
Yeah.
No.
Once again, KBU just looking to pick a fight. Just setting up vision. Bot being shoved in by Dad. He can, of course, easily take down a tier 1 tower. And might even be able to get through this tier 2. Not through the back door, but the creep wave is about to reinforce. About to hit 25 for Luna. Lucent Beam Mini Stun might actually be pretty big this game. Not into the BKB of this puck, but I think that just about quintuples your stuns on your team.
It's not bad. If you go for Ags, it's especially good. As usually when people pick it up. I still think it's a fine talent if you don't go. If you're planning on going for Ags, then just want to just give it to you, and it's a great late game thing. I don't think Lucent Blessing damage is that hype anyway.
What a kind
We'll
way
see,
to
though.
put that. Roche might just give it to you after you kill him.
Yeah. Well, he will. Right, yeah. But he will give it to you. No, it's not his option, though. But Luna don't care. Luna's a genocidal freak.
Time lapse.
Nice.
Say 10.
Not as good a time lapse, but they have 6 fine.
Yep.
Aegis and BKB.
Full HP. Luna continuing to just hit all your creeps as there's a charge mid lane. DNM sees a target. It's Annihilates. Skirts McDuck to follow up with a stun. Another bash. There's going to be Giant with the cookie. Does connect. And a beautiful pick off there to the Void Spirit. Dad's still on. He's still on the high ground, but KBU, it seems like they've got plans of leaving. Skipping down.
What?
Okay.
Dad is just fighting, but Dad is now left alone, right? He still needs the time lapse to help him out. What are you going to do now?
Well, he's going to Satanic and get another kill here. Charge. He's going to be doing a little bit of work here. Is Dad trying to just move between auto attacks. Has BKB ready as the OD is going to be focused during this Aegis respawn timer. MMR Tourist is going to get bashed up onto the high ground where they don't have vision, but that last crit from Skirts McDuck will pick off the kill. Where's Weaver? Weaver! We need you, Dad!
She's very far. She is nowhere near.
Oh no.
That was wild, Richie. Why was he there hitting the backdoor protection for a solid 15 seconds? It was like watching it like an old man like hit his head against the wall. That was so odd.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, watching an old man hit his head against the wall would be really.
Yeah.
I would describe
It's
that
really
as
cool.
odd.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what Dad was doing. That's my dad. You know, he's had better years. I swear. But right now, that was backdoor protection beat him. I mean, the play against Annihilate was incredible. Obviously, like good hunt and everything. Once he dies, either you retreat or you at least put yourselves in a position to retreat, right? Thought that,
Yeah.
like you might as well stay because they're gonna just jump you anyway and catch you, so you die no matter what. Because there's Spirit Breaker and Puck. Maybe that's where their logic came from.
Yeah,
That's not too
I
crazy.
mean, but
Maybe
it's still an overextension either way you frame it, right? Because it's not like oh, I might have lost Aegis, but I did at least get the tier 3 tower because you got tier 3 tower on the first time lapse, and then you could have backed up there, right? So you didn't get anything done with that. So unfortunately, it's kind of just an overextension is the only way I could see that. Unfortunately, KBU going to pay quite a heavy price for that one. As now the cut with a bit more wind in their sails are going to actually go aggressively here on the other side of the map, taking down a tier 2 tower. Last outer tower standing for KBU. Of course, Wraith King's favorite item, Silver Edge in the quick buy. Not really his favorite item, but...
No, it's the Wraith King spammer's favorite item.
That is true, yeah. That's what I should have said.
No, it's fine. He only has the Trickster Cloak, right? So he has double
I
Invis,
knew that's all I had to say. You would have gotten it.
Yeah. He's referring to Hector from Beast Coast, by the way, in case nobody knows.
Yeah.
Hector from Beast Coast. Beast Coast.
Where does Beast Coast play again? I'm trying to remember.
They're from Lima, Peru.
They're from Lima, Peru. Oh, and
yeah.
What are they like? What are they like? Have you gotten to talk to them?
Oh well, when I was talking to Hector the other day.
Anyway, so he told me
It
to stop
was,
playing Bloodseeker and start playing Wraith King.
Yeah. No, actually, he does not want to play Wraith King at all these days.
Is it still the 60 second?
The 60-second
Wow,
cooldown, yeah.
okay.
He says he's doing it as a matter of principle, and I told him he was being stupid. Ice Frog does not care about principle.
No, he does not. The only principle Ice Frog
anyway.
cares about is all that sweet DPC money accruing interest in the bank account. All that's
where's the principle there?
the principle is probably like 3% APR, I bet.
Oh, that went over my head. I don't know any of this. I'm not an adult enough. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is under attack.
I've got some
No
NFTs
clue
to
what
sell
you're
you
talking
though.
Are those the monkeys that I can buy to be uglier?
Yeah.
I like them.
Another farming period here. Both teams not willing to risk a decisive engagement without, that decisive engagement being over Roshan. It's very curious how teams are like, I won't fight, except if it's over Rosh. Of course, in this window, it makes sense, as we're still away for 3 minutes. But, now...
I won't fight unless it's near a good objective. Yeah,
it's curious, isn't it?
Curious.
The way that one works.
Yeah.
That one works. Both teams.
Who's the faster Roche team if you take it? Is Swarm better than Lil Shredder? Like, can a team sneak Roche at this point in the game? Genuinely? I don't know.
What do they have? They're playing against Deso, Witchblade, Puck, right? Is basically the damage. And then
Yeah,
Lil
plus
Shredder.
Bloodlust Wraith King.
Bloodlust, Lil Shredder. Probably the cut then. Luna's damn fast, but there's just...
But she's more area.
Yeah, there's only Swarm she's working with, right? Maybe if they had the Bloodlust, or maybe even a not a Silver Edge, pardon me, a Solar Crest is what I meant to say, they would be a bit faster,
Right.
but I just think with the buffs, the cut overall is probably a bit sneakier. But if they want to be sneaky, it's Roche who's going to be even sneakier, because he's not back for another 70 seconds.
Also, on a point that's not speed, but also important, is that the cut could sneak it in a safer way, because you can just put Wraith King inside, right? Bloodlust, like, will shredder him once, the Roche, and then leave with everyone but Wraith King, and worst case, they take your Wraith King down, right? Like, there's a lot more counterplay to that, especially with a Puck, Spirit Breaker.
It's true. Yeah,
I'm
true.
saying this is more of a desperate play. This shouldn't be your go-to play.
No.
You're in the off chance you feel it's
You're
possible.
totally right, because he should be able to get his BKB off, right? That's the big if. He should be able to get his BKB off before they set up for a Hammer Disruption Eclipse at all, right? Because that's...
And worst case, you just reincarnate, right? And then get a BKB off after.
Right. That's what I mean on the second life. I think you just tank whatever you can on the first life, right? You tank whatever you have to, because you have very little choice on the first life. Oh, is there a Disseminate Stun now? 25? Absolutely. Okay, that's
Nice.
pretty big.
Also, Lincoln's on the OD, which is interesting. I wonder if that's for charge. I presume that's for charge,
It's
right?
gotta be. Yeah, it doesn't block really anything else this game. Wraith, Fire Blast.
Ignite, Fire Blast.
That's about it, yeah.
To be honest, even though Fire Blast or Wraith Fire Blast are not things you build Lincolns for, if all their stuns are targeted besides Dream Coil and Cookie, I think it's pretty good, right? Because like even if you cover Wraith Fire Blast or Fire Blast, that's one stun gone.
Yeah, but doesn't Lincoln's only block, like if you 3x cast Fire Blast, doesn't it only block one of them? Isn't it how it works, right?
I know it's like that with Ignite. I am not sure about
Okay,
Fire.
I'm not sure either, but perhaps we're going to get to see. But I agree with you in principle. I do agree with you in
Oh,
principle.
fuck. Oh, he blinked from inside the face. Shit, right. I forgot you did that.
Once again, both teams willing to live or die by this cliff. As Roche has been scouted now by both sides. DD Rune is bottom, though. Oh, and Wraith King, he's going to, yep, Scourge McDuck, he's going to blink immediately on over to that. They want to fight. They're ready. They're huge. Let's go to buyback status real quick. Everyone with buyback except for 2 heroes for KBU. It's the OD and the Void Spirit. 2 cores without buyback. As Luna in the pit, already bashed by Roche. Bad omen for this fight.
Yep. Can they... Oh, they need to catch a pick off here. That's be the Warden first. Astral saves him. Dad protecting. Here comes the charge. Charge has been avoided. The case is starting to fly. And in the backlines, there's a fight happening, which Dad is not a part of. They're trying to kill his team first, and they have managed to catch the OD. Lincoln's not going to save him. MMR Taurus will die. However, Dad himself got some kills on the supports in the backlines, and they're retreating back to the high ground. That's where they want to be. The charge, though, disrupts this. With a scatter blast that misses, doesn't matter. Cookie also misses, but it's fine. They needed no stuns, just the damage. Destroy Dad with Giant just styling all over them there with 2 area misses. It's all good.
Dog.
And Roshan is free for them.
KBU were not ready for that fight. They were kind of a little bit all over the place. They got so rattled. I mean, this was a great smoke play by the cut. They get behind the fight. They identify like 2 great targets to immediately go on. And then it's just panic. It's just panic. I have no other way to describe this eclipse that Dad does. He eclipses only for the Ogre. And Ogre's like, okay, that's cool. I'll just tank this and die.
Yeah. The division, I think, of like the teams, you know, when the 4 went forward for the cut and they stepped the Ogre, or I think both supports stayed behind. And then the cores went forward. It's like, Wraith King is much more self-sufficient in this game than Luna, right? Luna relies on that time-lapse to a degree, relies on the OD setting up for her and everything. He's the kind of second damage source. I don't think they were the ones that had to split like that. I think that was a bad fight for them. Or a bad idea.
Yeah, it's really tough, though, because, you know, we already spoke about how fast that the cut does Aegis. Or, sorry, they take Aegis, right? They can take Roche, exemplified there. But, so I feel like maybe they were pressured to be the ones to start Roche to force the engagement. And perhaps they'd be better set by just kind of letting the cut walk into the pit and do it themselves. But, I don't know. It's kind of things that you have to look at in the replay and the woulda, coulda, shoulda. But this is definitely Megas as Scourge McDuck, Deso, and the AC making very quick work of all these buildings. Whew, goodbye.
I mean, if there's a hero that can beat the Mega Cubes, it's Luna. Like, she's actually pretty decent against them. I just don't know if you're gonna beat the enemy team with a Mega Cube.
That's true, especially because there's Aegis on Puck and Refresher for the Wraith King, which is essentially, I mean, I guess an Aegis for him, right? Especially because it doesn't cost any mana, and even if it did cost mana, you've got the Shard, so it's not too big of a concern for you.
Yep. Are they gonna go for like a Hail Mary smoke now on KBU?
Just a regular Hail Mary. They're just gonna run it down mid here. Scourge McDuck is just chilling, and they're gonna catch him here actually. Dissemblate stun, used defensively, but the Dad was going in, it looked like. They're going to snap the coils. The kisses are coming down. Annihilate does get saved here by the time lapse. The Warden is going to drop here in his place. As Puck actually in trouble, getting tanked by these Arcane Orbs, but now with the BKB active can fight through it. Luna in trouble as there's a Scatter Blast stun from the Shard. Dad's going to buy back. Annihilate jumped in, trying to save his core. Oh, but he dissemolates even further away. I thought he was going to try and stun and save the Weaver, but Weaver's got buyback. Kits did lose his first life, so we're going to have a little bit of a reset here.
Okay, I don't know if you've heard of this strategy. I find it a lot of my pubs here now that I'm in USC. It's called run down mid. This is usually not when it happens, but it's awfully similar to the result, which is the team that's running down mid dies.
Yeah.
That was odd. That was really odd.
They got Aegis. They did get at least Aegis, but 2 buybacks?
Yeah, but they lost 3 heroes, dude. Or 2, to be fair. 2.
3. You're right, 3. 2 buyback.
Oh, it was 3, right? Oh, okay, 2 bought back. Oh, yeah, Shadow Demon was the 3rd. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, And one of them was Dad as well, right? Like, it wasn't like they just lost the support or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it was a very costly engagement.
And Aegis would have expired by now.
No, it wouldn't. They have
Oh, no, sorry. 2 more
minutes.
minutes. 2 more
Yes,
minutes.
you-
Right.
you did the math
It's
wrong.
5 minutes. That
Yes,
one is...
yes.
I did the opposite.
Plus Valve, they
Okay. Okay. I'll give him that. I'll give him the Aegis timing, I guess, I suppose.
actually they used Refresher in that fight as well, actually, for Wraith King.
Okay.
I believe.
mean,
Is anyone holding it? Do you see it?
I
they used
do
it.
not see it. I didn't pay attention.
Okay.
Maybe. They have cheese still. So at least there's that. Octarine Core for Spurbricker. That's pretty funny. That Aether Lens, you know, is important.
It's really important so you can cast charge a little bit further away. You know, sometimes they're just a little bit too far for your current charge cast
Yeah.
range, so you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 250 really helps.
And if you're going too fast, Bulldoze can't actually activate in time, and because you're too far away from when you cast it, right? So Aether Lens helps you. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like his shard though. I really like Spurbricker's shard. 4 second.
I like
break.
the Ags too, to be honest. I think the Ags is pretty broken.
You know, Vendetta break died for this one. I'm not sure why. It had to, but Spurbricker has a break. He's tanky, 3,600 HP. Is this? Oh, the very rare Yasha and Kaya, the one that I can barely pronounce.
I don't know why. It's just the other ones, but with different
Well,
names.
it's that one to me is more of a tongue twister than Salacious Sea Lion. I can do Salacious Sea Lion sells seashells by the seashore all day, but Yasha and Kaya, I don't think so. They're just gonna, okay, goodbye DNM. He just runs into his death. There's a coil as well, but Puck actually gets mini stun here, and with BKB active, actually does not want to be fighting near these ancient. Salacious Sea Lion in a bit of trouble, has his own time lapse, but he's trying to save it for one of his cores. Doesn't have buyback either, so he's gonna be forced to use it. Divine Highlight's gonna buy a stun. Dad in trouble though. No, he's not actually. He's just going to go ahead and turn and get a kill onto the Snapfire, but on the high ground here, a second fight breaking out. Spearbreaker, who's bought back, actually might be in a bit of trouble as MMR Tour is looking to send him back to the fountain, and he will do so, dead for 2 minutes. They get the first life as well off of the Wraith King. Kid's still full HP, but now Eye and Eyelight's going to make the jump. No BKB active or ready, pardon me, for the Puck, as Scourge McDuck is being routed by Dad and even being killed, Albo.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What? The Maya keeps
they're
almost
finishing.
took over the base, but not quite there. They're now finishing. They got the Void Spirit there.
They're trying to finish.
I mean, this might actually be a chance. This is like a genuine chance for KBU. They don't have no buyback on the Spurbricker. That's pretty important.
Right.
Look at Dad. Go, Dad. He has Rapier.
oh.
He has Rapier. This is the genuine chance. Go for fours. Do we have Boots of Travel or something
Radiant's ancient
on
is
anyone
under
here so they can
attack.
join him afterwards?
Whoa,
So travel on Void Spirit.
whoa, hold on. Pingu, what are you doing here? Okay, I was about to say, you're not playing Earthshaker. This can't be
Radiant's
done.
ancient is
Certainly,
under attack.
certainly
Well,
it can.
He bloodlust himself. You know how fast an ogre can hit with a bloodlust on
Also
himself.
bloodlusted Pingu, who does a little bit more damage to the throne, and now has an Aeon Disc.
I mean, kits. Yeah.
But without buyback on Puck, I mean, because you bought back to do this play, this is scary.
I mean, yeah, it is scary, but Dad can't push. So I mean, they cut the lane so easily. This is sad for Dad. Bought a Divine Rapier, revealed it, and all of a sudden can't do anything with it but cry.
Ooh,
I guess they have to win another team fight.
yeah, looks like it. Yeah, just a really kind of haphazard engagement, I gotta say, by the cut. DNM just charges in and dies, and buys back and charges in again. And the team fight just kind of fell apart around them. Luna, again, the positioning here a lot better this time around, and with the surprise damage with Divine, able to actually get in a lot of work. It's very winnable for KBU. Do you think we're going to get to 60 minutes this game, regardless of a victor? Do you think we're going to see tier 5s? Next Roche up in 1 to 4 minutes?
Not sure. Not sure. Because like I think I mean one more fight for the cut and they win, right? So if it's 60, it has to be either the cut plays too passively or the KBU doesn't win a fight, or the KBU wins the next fight.
So it would be 5th Roche, which drops everything except for Shard.
Yep.
So that would be an axe plus into one of the teams, and
Oof, that's close.
it could go. I could see this one going the distance. This one could go an hour, because if a team is just
It could go.
passively pushing with Aegis, you know, specifically the cut, right? Because I think it's more likely that they get Aegis, just given that they have Megas constantly shoving all 3 lanes.
Yeah, I was assuming they get the Aegis too. I think you actually give the Ags to the Wraith King, by the way. I think that would be a really important.
Oh
Ags.
yeah, I think you can just run at the throne actually with that Ags and win.
Yeah, run at the throne or run at the Rapier carrier. Either or is fine,
Yeah.
right? They both kind of determine the game here.
Oh, screw.
Oh, KBU. The rundown made this time with the smoke though. Their twists. They're adding their own twist to it.
They are. They are. But the twist is the cut, unfortunately, have megas, at least unfortunately for KBU, so they will be forced back because the side lanes are pushing. Yeah, these creeps are, they don't mess around. Shadow Demon, yeah, just ask him. He's gonna die to these creeps if he's not careful. All right, it's 2 minutes until next Roche is up. So that'll be 56 minutes. So yeah, there's gonna be 1 minute layover time in between Aegis. Aegis is going to expire at 61 minutes in, right after the hour mark. And I feel like at that stage, maybe you poke and prod for the first 4 minutes of Aegis, and then you just deny the enemy of tier 5s. Look for a game-changing tier 5 item. I really like Giant's Ring for Wraith King is always a fun experience.
I mean, yeah. I think maybe you're best off just trying to finish this as soon as possible, honestly. Once you get the Aegis, because I think that tier 5s might give a chance. Like if you mess up and KBU gets 1 or 2, they might give him the winning.
I don't think. I mean, you don't let them out of the base though. Quite simply, right? You do one of those kind of really dumb sieges, and then you just look for an opening because it is really scary with this Luna. Not only Luna.
Can Weaver not get past though?
But Weaver needs to be in the base though. There's no way there's no way KBU send Weaver out on a mission to get wards or sorry to get neutrals because he is the time lapse. He's the second life for Luna, right? That's not something you can afford to do. There's no tier 5 neutral item that's worth it. I mean, maybe if Trebuchet was in the game, I would give you that, but
what's Trebuchet?
Sorry, what is it? What was the older one?
Ballista?
Ballista, thank you. I was thinking.
Did you just commit medieval siege weapon dyslexia? Is that what just happened?
Yes, I was thinking of the far superior siege weapon because what else can throw an 80-kilogram object over 300 meters? But a Trebuchet.
That
can.
Yeah. Interesting. Dude, that's the first time I've seen that. But okay. Yeah. Thank God there's no Trebuchet in the game anymore. That would be okay, right? Something as simple as Stygian Desolator. That's much easier.
Desolator.
That's never been
Desolator 2.
Stygian Desolator. Okay, it's a completely different
Helm
item.
of the Overlord, completely different as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like that about Valve. They're like the community is like, come on, Valve, are you kidding me? We give you $40 million and you can't do better than this.
I think Helm of the Overlord is fine. I think Stygian Desolator is fine.
I think
people is gonna call it.
I think they're both
Look,
fine.
They call it Spirit Vessel for forever, and people were just like, yeah, this is Earn 2 or Earn upgraded. That's it.
I also.
That's how we are.
I liked it. I also liked them. What I didn't like was when they were just simply Deso 2 and Helm 2 because they were that for about a week.
Yeah, in the code. Yeah.
No, that was the item name for a while. They were
Desolator 2. Yeah, Helm 2. Are you sure?
Yeah. Pretty sure it was called Helm of the Overlord 2 for like days.
Helm of the Dominator 2.
Yeah, for like days, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember that. Okay, maybe. So they get the Axe to Scourge, thank God. So now the question is, do you throw bodies at the Luna or do you throw bodies at the throne? Which one seems like a better option?
You got to be careful here so it doesn't end up into a Slipknot song either. You don't want your bodies on the floor here around Luna.
Oh, it's not what they're called? Dead.
Oh, is that not Slipknot?
Bounty.
No, wait. Bodies.
Honestly, I never still hit my like edgy rock
Drowning
phase.
Pool.
Ah, that's
Drowning
right. Drowning
Pool. Yeah.
Yeah, I never hit that edgy kind of punk phase. I was more into, Blink at the time.
Slipknot's not punk. I'm pretty sure it's not categorized like metal.
It's like metal, screamo. Yeah.
Are these screamo?
I don't listen to a lot of metal or screamo, so I couldn't be the.
I don't listen to Slipknot, so I don't know. I listened to Drowning Pool, and I gotta say, you know what? My 15-year-old self loved it.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So
but no judgment if you enjoy them now, dude.
Hey.
I was jamming.
Whatever.
I wish I could
whatever
jam.
music you enjoy it. If you're a carry player, you enjoy the sounds of the gold cha-ching noise in Dota 2. I gotta respect that. That's all you hear all game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We all like different sounds of music.
When I play 5, I like to put the theme song to Blue's Clues when I'm dewarding, trying to figure out where it is.
You know what I really actually am curious about? I wonder if there's any carry players in professional Dota that have synesthesia, right? And then I wonder like what that gold cha-ching noise is to them, right? It must be like.
You know what it is. We can't say on the broadcast, but you know exactly what it is.
I don't know.
It's 100% that. Yeah. They have trouble. because of that.
The-
They have to put it there when they're doing the deed. They have to put that sound in the background.
yeah,
it
of
helps them.
course. That's actually the. Oh, I annihilate.
Oh, Yols does not do anything to that Dream Coil. Annihilate might be
dead.
stuck. They killed the Puck, but the Annihilate's dying. They also use the time lapse for this. Go for the Luna, maybe. Dad. She has Rapier, but Scourge doesn't want to fight her.
No one wants to fight
they
her.
forced the Eclipse.
Oh, there's no detection.
Are they just waiting it out? They've
Okay.
waited the Eclipse out. Scourge wants to go back in. He has Swift Blink in a second. There's Puck. Kids, what are you trying to find? He found nothing.
What? Okay, they're panicking.
What are these fights?
They're panicking. Okay, now you wait. Now you wait for tier
Both-
5s. Just wait for tier 5s, guys. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Right. They're panicking.
You got to buy back out from my Annihilate. You only had to use Coil and your ultis and I think unfortunately Refresher,
Aegis.
Shard, and Aegis, yes, but it's okay. Now you get tier 5s and we end the game with tier 5s. No worries.
Oh, okay.
That was wild.
That was wild, yeah. I think most of the time, neither us or them knew who was initiating on who. They caught Annihilate, and that was what... I mean, the buyback is super valuable, though. I think that's probably the most valuable thing. And then you kill Annihilate a second time, right?
Yes. It's tier 5 time, though. Do not go in before tier 5s. This is big for you.
I would say go in before tier 5s. Who needs
Who
them?
needs them? Who needs some of the most game-breaking items? Yeah, this fight was wild. Like, you could see the cut. They were waiting for Eclipse to end, and then they're like, we're going to pop our BKBs and go back in. But they just didn't all have BKBs. It was only Kits, and Kits just didn't have the control. Okay, Arcanist Armor, Fallen Sky.
That's... Arcanist Armor is fine, right? Is the like an extra, like, super mech, right?
What is this? 5 armor, 20 magic resistance.
Yeah, it's a damage reflection, right? Yeah. That's like a super mech. Mirror Shield is good. Bulk like that is kind of garbage, but I guess in this position it's not bad. And they also got
Force Boots.
That's another one. No, Force Boots is whatever. It's not another useful item that I
Force
forgot.
Boots is great. What do you mean? For
Is it?
racing?
I mean-
Yes, you sell
Oh,
your
yeah, for the
boots.
supports.
What?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it's true. You're completely right. I forgot about the fact that Force Boots is the item that still keeps the movement speed
Yeah.
because they changed that for Spider Legs, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot about Boots.
Yeah, remember that was a tier 3 neutral item?
Yeah. Force Boots is broken. Oh. What was the other one they got? It was Fallen Sky. Fallen Sky is also huge for the Spirit Breaker. That's massive. You can charge and cancel charge into Fallen Sky, right? And then charge back.
Yeah. Fallen Sky is
So-
amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
You know what's really great?
I mean, I think... You know what surprised me about Teamfight, though, is that once time-lapse got wasted by Weaver... I mean, not wasted, but they tried to do the best for Annihilate. I think you kind of try to go on the Luna, right? Like, what saves her afterwards?
Just damage, I guess. Satanic, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
genuinely,
maybe they didn't have
those are the
enough
only
stuns.
two things. I don't think there's an Eye of Scotty on anyone. So, no, there isn't.
That's true. There isn't,
And you
no.
don't have any way to otherwise reduce the lifesteal unless she is stunned. Well, yeah, or disarmed, but there's no disarms
What did
either.
I just... What was that sound? Is
Sorry, what's...
that Arcanist Armor?
Does someone have it equipped? I didn't... Oh, does Puck have it equipped?
Oh, yeah, it's the Ogre.
Oh, Puck's got Mirror
No, the
Shield.
Ogre. Yeah, obviously, right? Mirror Shield here is broken for the Puck. No more Lucent Beams. Luna's gonna get hit by those.
Well, you can...
No more disruptions.
You can still cast them close to the Puck and not have them reflected.
Right, but then the Lucent Beam won't
Oh,
hit,
that's
right?
true.
So
It
you
wants
need the
it
damage
wants
on the
stun,
face.
and that's all your stuns this game actually. So you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Lucent Beam is 400 damage, right? It's actually a pretty decent spell.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I think at this stage it's just kind of secondary to the shard effect with Divine, of course,
Sure,
right?
that's true.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I wonder if this works the same way. No, because you wouldn't get to the shard upgrade on this. Or would you? Would you get the shard upgrade if you...
No, because he doesn't have the shard, right?
Well, but in general, would you get... If you reflect a spell with Mirror Shield, is it the same way as Lotus?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm pretty sure it works the same way as Lotus, right? Why would it not? No?
I just haven't tested it. I would assume so.
Because Counterspell works the same way as Lotus,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Okay. It probably is
I would
all...
presume Mirror Shield is
Here they
scored
go.
off Counterspell.
Here they go. Oh!
Oh, they actually broke the disc with the creeps. That's crazy. That's crazy. Killing the Weaver's major here. Well, they need a BKB on the Wraith King. He's not activated yet. Charge to save him. He's dead.
And Weaver's alive?
Weaver's still alive. They caught him with a stun. Now they finally finished her off. And Dad dies to the
Rapier on
Spirit
deck.
Breaker.
Rapier on deck!
DNM. He did all he needed to do there. Who took the Rapier? I didn't really see. Was it DNM? No? Who took the
I think
Rapier?
Snapfire?
It was the Luna again.
Snapfire has it.
Oh, Dad. Okay, Dad has a new one. Okay, right.
No,
Giant
has it. Giant, guys,
Yeah,
come
but
on.
Dad is a new.
This is my moment.
That is a new
I
Rapier.
took the right talents at 20 on 25.
It's true, actually. It's true. Snap can be the carry now. Okay, I mean, you lost one Rapier. You had another one, just in case, so you're not that screwed.
That was such a mistake from Salacious Sea Lion. I mean, you cannot have your Aeon Disc be procced because you're killing Necrobooks. I mean, that's...
He wasn't expecting Necrobooks to fight back, I guess. I don't know.
I think
that's pretty good.
It was the last will damage, though, I'm pretty sure, is what procced it.
Yeah, I think so It was the... Look, this is the best use of Book of the Dead I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Honestly. This item is very underwhelming usually.
Oh, that's Lincoln's.
Oh, they killed Dad's Lincolns. And they fight the OT.
Oh.
The Weaver again. They broke the coil. Disruption's not going to save him for too long. Another charge. Salacious Sea Lion's getting away. The no big
Oh, Sapphire!
Oh, wow. Goodbye, supports. Goodbye, Dad. And I annihilate. You're useless. You're not going to do anything to stop this throne from going down. The cut will win. Partially due to a little shredder by Snapfire.
Oh, my goodness.